Hey everyone, it's me, Kelly. I've got a day off and I'm running some errands, and I was listening to some podcast on my day and wanted to take the time to share some things I learned for myself, and also share it with you just in case you may find it helpful as well. The podcast is Life Coach School Podcast by Brooke Castillo. She works mostly with overeating clients, but just about everything she talks about you can use in all areas of your life. And this one just happened to be a great one for me because it was about looping thoughts, kind of thoughts that get obsessive and can get you going down a rabbit trail and writing stories that are outrageous and potentially having outrageous results if you don't get a handle on it. And she just had some really great strategies that I put to work almost immediately. And like I said, I'd like to record it so that I don't forget. And anytime I find myself when I'm in an obsessive thought pattern, I can stop myself and actually use that energy, which is great energy, towards something that is actually useful instead of something that could be potentially destructive. She says these thoughts come from the primitive mind that we used to use for when we were running from tigers and lions in the bush to now. That brain still wants to work. It still wants to be useful. So sometimes it will pick up on a little thought, a little doubtful thought you might have, and next thing you know, you're down the rabbit trail and you are obsessing. Some of the examples she used is, say you maybe say something, you have like an awkward conversation with somebody, and you think, oh my gosh, was I offensive? They seemed like they might have been offensive. Should I write them a note? Should I call them? Should I email them? Actually, more I think about it, they were kind of rude to me. You can see how it goes. That's kind of almost what happened to me yesterday. It wasn't quite like that, but it was an interaction with a friend, and I just had it going all the way crazy to where the friendship was practically ended by the time I was done. And I was like, what are you doing, Kelly? What is going on? So really, one of the first things you can do in these situations is stopping yourself from, or, just being aware, actually being aware. Whoa, wait a minute. This thought pattern I'm having is out of control. I'm in control, not my thoughts. I need to step up and take control of these thoughts. Now, if you resist the thoughts completely, then you're going to just be in a battle. So she says, don't resist them. Acknowledge them. Say, hey, I see you there. I see you there. I see that you're upset. I see that you have some questions. I see that you're filling in areas that you don't have all the information with all kinds of scenarios that probably will never happen. And all of that will create a lot of energy that if you harness it, you can actually use it for good. And her strategies to do that were to ask yourself, what went wrong? What went wrong? You've acknowledged the thought, you looked at it, and then you're asking yourself, what went wrong? So in my situation, what went wrong? I thought, what? I'm really tired. I wasn't paying as close attention to the conversation as I could have been. I found myself dissecting the conversation. Did they mean this? They used this word. Did they mean that? Adding all kinds of things that other person might have been thinking, all kinds of reasons why I wasn't to blame for how things could have gone wrong. It just was crazy. So if you take the time to look at and decide, okay, how did this situation even get to where it is? And what is actually really happening? What is really real? What information do I actually have? What information am I adding to it that could be my own perception, that could be skewed because of my current mood? Like if you're tired, you're grumpy, you're worn out, whatever, you're going to see and add to these interactions in a way that is not helpful. If you're in a good mood, you're probably not going to think much of it. You're going to think, oh, I'm sure it was nothing. The second part of her strategy is to ask yourself, what do I really want? What am I really searching for in this situation? I think in my situation, in this interaction I was having, is I just wanted acceptance. I wanted to know that I'm loved unconditionally, etc. Just that I'm understood in my moments of looking back at what is the fear that I have? Why am I getting obsessed about thoughts and taking them into a crisis mode when there's actually no crisis at all? So that's part of the analyst that continues to find out what's really going on with you, why you're getting obsessed in the first place, and how you can provide yourself with the feeling that you're looking for. So for me, I wanted to feel accepted, I wanted to feel loved, I wanted to feel understood. And as it turned out, when I had a conversation later, I was totally loved and accepted and understood. And so it was my own brain that had taken me off on a rabbit trail in the first place into creating a situation that wasn't even actually real. It was just in my own head. It was the only thoughts that were taking me off to the side. Now, say that you don't get clarification from another person. Say it's something that's completely within your own realm that has nothing to do with other people, and there's really no way to get more information to clarify the reality of the situation. And you have a lot of energy that you're expelling on whatever. It could be like negative self-talk. It could be like, oh my gosh, I screwed up on my diet. I haven't been good. I haven't been eating well, whatever it is. And then you'll just, have a pity party, etc. Blah, blah, blah. We've all been there. You can take the energy that you are putting into beating yourself up and apply it to something that is more useful to you. Perhaps you have a goal. Perhaps while you're beating yourself up for not eating stuff that you weren't supposed to eat, maybe take that time and energy to research some recipes that could replace things that you don't, that you shouldn't be eating, with things that are made more healthily that kind of mock that. Or say like in my situation, I'm obsessing about a conversation. Instead of obsessing over a conversation, maybe write some letters to people you hadn't talked to in a while. Make connections with other people that you haven't had a chance to talk to, or write affirmations to other people. Like just, hey, thinking of you cards. Find ways to reach other goals that you're working on. It's the possibilities are actually just endless. And I was like, wow, that is, not only am I taking time to analyze how I got myself into a weird situation and a negative thought loop, but I'm also going to use that energy to propel me to work maybe towards a goal that is related. It could be a goal that's not related at all, but it works as a distraction. It helps you be self-aware. It makes good use of that energy that you wound yourself up in the first place. It probably could potentially stop you. Like, say you are in a negative thought pattern, you had an interaction with, say, a coworker or a boss or whatever. Might keep you from writing a crappy email that you're going to regret later. So these are just some ideas. I found them quite useful. Hopefully you can find them useful too. It's been a great day. Hope you're doing well, and see you next time. Hope you're having a great day. It's a choice.